Okay, how to prepare. For those of you who are juniors, you're doing that right now. You're getting started right away. You're exploring career options to identify your goals and determine if graduate school would enhance your preparation. So if you're uncertain about what you want to do with your major as a junior, that's the perfect time to go visit someone in career and academic advising, career and academic planning. Explore programs to consider and identify experiences. Those work experiences are very important for you when you're applying for a graduate program. Just as an undergrad, when you applied as an undergrad, they looked at your activities and the volunteer work and so forth that you did. The same thing is true for a graduate program, probably even more so. And talk with faculty connected with the field of study that you're interested in. That's one of the best ways to get some information about a program that you're interested in, is to go ahead and talk with the faculty there. During your senior year, this fall semester, go ahead and register for some of the tests that you need to take, for the GRE, the GMAT, the LSAT, whatever it is that you need to take within your field. Register for them and go ahead and take them. Take the practice tests. Take the classes if you feel like you need to for the GREs or some of the other tests, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Review the application requirements, note those deadlines, think about what essay requirements there's going to be for the programs that you want to apply for and the schools you want to apply for, and start writing some draft statements of purpose and some personal statements so that you can get some feedback on that. You can ask your faculty to give you feedback on those statements, and they can help you a great deal. Attend graduate school fairs and get information about different schools and different programs. And guess what? We have one next week right here at JMU. It's Tuesday from 4 to 7, and it's going to be here in the ballroom, in the festival. So that's your opportunity to look at different schools. And we will be there as well. We'll have information about all of our graduate programs there. And we will have a few of our own graduate programs represented too. So in some cases you can actually talk with representatives from the program. But if a representative from the program that you're looking at is not there, we have information on those programs for you too. So review the directories that are on the Career and Academic Planning website, review websites for graduate schools, really start talking and thinking about what you want to do during your senior year, because this is when you're really preparing. Many students are starting to do their applications in the fall, because some programs require, and JMU is one of them, where some of your applications for fall 2012 are going to be due the first part of 2012, in January and February. So you need to go ahead and start taking your tests now and looking at those applications and getting your applications in, okay? Take a practice test or enroll in a prep course. And if you could go back to the web again, and on this site, this is jmu.edu/outreach, and it gives you information on GRE test preparation. And if you scroll down, there is a course coming up Sundays, October the 16th through November the 20th from 1 to 5 p.m. And that's in Memorial Hall in the Heiner Room, and there's a place for you to register for those tests there. So that is one source that you can get for practice tests. And Kaplan, who's here today as well, also has practice tests. So you have, or courses, so you have lots of opportunity to get some experience with these tests, and it does make a big difference. It makes a tremendous difference. So let's go back to PowerPoint. Thank you. You can start approaching potential reference writers. You're always going to have to submit letters of reference, and a lot of them now aren't really letters, but they're like forms that you have to submit. So they could be forms that the faculty member or your employer or whomever will go online and complete. That's what we have in our graduate application. So start talking with some people who you're familiar with who can serve as references for you. That's really important for you to get those lined up now. So they would be faculty members, or they could be people that you, employers that you work with, someone who knows about your work experience, about your work ethic, how well you did in your academics, and so forth. Start thinking about those people and ask them if they would serve as a reference for you. Investigate financial aid, financial assistance, and we've got Grad here from Financial Services to talk to you about that here in a little bit. Private loans and assistantships are available in some programs. They are limited at JMU, and they're limited in many schools, and sometimes they're very competitive. And then you're going to go ahead and start submitting your application to the schools that you're interested in. Most of them are online now, probably. For the most part, I think most schools now are going online. We are online, strictly online. Everything is online. The letters of reference, the application, everything is online. Transcripts, we ask you to submit when students apply to JMU's graduate programs. You don't even have to submit your transcripts manually. You can ask that it be sent through eScript. Now, some schools have that and some schools don't. JMU participates in eScript. So just be aware of all that. Letters of reference, test scores are submitted automatically too. So all of this stuff is done electronically now. It's really nice. So in the spring semester of your senior year, hopefully you will have sent out, you'll check your deadlines, you know what your deadlines are, you've sent out your applications. Be prepared for interviews. A lot of programs require a personal interview with the students that they're considering. So get some skills for interviewing. Again, career and academic planning is a good place for that, because they have a mock interview program which is perfect for employers to come and interview you. But you use those same skills when you do interviews with graduate school people as well, graduate program folks. So it's knowing your topic, knowing yourself, knowing what you want to contribute to that graduate program. So practice your interviewing skills. You should be able to articulate why you're interested in that program, what you can contribute to that program. Think about questions that you're going to ask ahead of time. The same kinds of things that you would do when you're interviewing with an employer, really. It's the same kind of preparation. And then send thank you notes after every interview. Whoever you interview with, a panel that you interview with, there's a chair generally, get that person's name and send a thank you note for that interview. And when you apply to different schools, make sure that you pay attention to what they ask you to do in terms of responding to offers of admission. Some students will get a letter and they'll say, congratulations, you've been offered admission to so-and-so, and they go, woo-hoo, and then they don't read any further. And then they're supposed to actually do something to respond to that. And if you don't do that, that can really mess you up. So read those letters that you receive. And then when you've applied to schools and you've made a decision about where you want to go, do let the schools know that you're not accepting the offer with, okay? Do let them know that you're declining their offer of admission.